afternoon and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to the Upspot and welcome to another edition of the week that was. Big up everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. Everyone is doing fine. Before, let me just check. I just like to do a quick check to make sure I'm working. Everything is working fine. Sorry, I'm not speaking to myself. One second. Let's see. Okay, I think yeah. Live. I haven't selected the wrong stream. I should be live. Just make sure. Funny. I see I'm live, but I'm seeing here I'm not live. Okay, good. I'm live. It's been like a whole, almost like 30 seconds trying to figure out if you're live. Well, I'm live. Big up everyone again. Welcome to the HubSpot and welcome to another edition of the week that was. And today, going through again, the week that was is basically everything that happened in the previous week. United also had a game against Arsenal yesterday. So again, that was what I call that was good. Now, big up everyone. So lots to look into. Your life. Thank you, Mark. Big up, Mark. I always get a bit flustered when I'm trying to go live, and sometimes it doesn't show live. Thank you, and hope you're doing great, Mark. So, unfortunately, I couldn't watch the game yesterday. I don't know what happened. I actually planned it. I set up my alarm, but for some weird reason, I actually slept off. And I woke up towards the end of the game, which to me was like, wow, the game is already done. And I saw we actually lost on full time, but actually won on penalties. Which to me again, it's preseason. It's preseason. I watched the game again today. We had a very, very good start in that game. Big up GB. How are you? It's been a while. It's been a while, GB. It's been a while. Yeah, so I watched a bit of that game, and to my we started very well. Haaland's goal was very good. I think I love that, or the strength, the energy, though. I love that. But lots of us in. Well, I was watching and we lost Haaland, and it was almost like the game died when we lost Haaland. I was like, what happened? It's like almost the game died when we lost Haaland. But again, though, lots of changes though we had and guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are on route to 300, and big up yourself, Luan. Big up yourself, and Luan. We are on route to 300, I believe, or 250. But again, I'll follow with GB. GB say we're on route to 300. Guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So I'll go deep. Now in the game, I think it again. Take with a pinch of salt. It's a preseason. It's a preparation for what's to come. But it's opened my eye to one thing though. At United, we're pretty we are light. We are light. We don't have depth. Once Haaland got injured, I was thinking, okay, who's the next striker? And the only person I could think of was Xerxes. And Xerxes actually, he just came. So I was like, imagine if Xerxes wasn't here. Then probably it's almost like, wow, like we have no depth in the squad, and we really need depth in the squad. That now takes my mind to the upcoming season. What should be our expectations? I still see the squad is thin. Ten Hag will have to do a lot for us to perform well. He's bringing in youth, which is good. Lot of youth players. But in terms of experience, I see that squad is a bit short of experience. In terms of mainly from a striking position. Now looking at from a defensive shape, Europe is new. Euro got injured. Now I haven't read the news to understand the depth of Euro's injury, but it's also like if Euro goes, Martinez. I know we have Martinez. So Euro and Martinez, then who's next? It's Lindelof, Maguire, and Varane. Not saying they are good defenders, right? But in a system that Ten Hag wants to play, I'm not sure how those guys how do we move forward with that kind of players? Right? How do we play? Because from what I understand, again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys in the chat, I don't see them in the kind of players that play the high line on how Ten Hag wants to play. So I was a bit concerned though with just Euro getting injured and Haaland getting injured. It's more so the squad is like we don't have depth in the squad. But I think overall we played well. The youth Euler is doing is actually it seems very good, but it's preseason. I became a grandfather for the wow, congrats, GB. Everyone give big GB a shout out. He became a grandfather for the first time. A beautiful boy. Congratulations, GB. Congratulations. And it's good though. It's good we're able to share what I call that good news on the hub. And GB, thank you for sharing that with us. Congratulations again, GB. Now, so to me, I think we're a bit light United. So like I think Drex and I we're talking, and he mentioned right, we probably need at least in this transfer we need like six players minimum to actually at least have some bit of because we've actually let some go. We've let Marshall go. I know it wasn't playing for a while, but he was a striker. We've let Varane go. Varane to me is key. It's one that probably although he's injury prone, but he was a bit available last year. I think on the wings we're fine. We have Hamad, we have Rashford, we have Garnacho, who is still to come. We have Anthony, we have Sancho. And that's if he stays, because then I think there are stories that Sancho will be moving to PSG. I think also it'd be good for Sancho too, though. If it was possible, I would have loved if Sancho stays. Actually, I naturally like Sancho, but if he fails, it's better off for him to actually go and play well and play at PSG for his career. Then probably Sancho should Sancho should leave. Okay, now again, just about the game. Good game both sides. Arsenal played well. Gabriel Martinelli. Just imagine the depth. Arsenal, right? Gabriel Martinelli came in, right, and his stop and start, right, is ridiculous. His stop and start. Thank you, GB. Thank you, GB. And God bless you too, GB. So it's Martinelli's stop and start, right? It's something that's what I call very key, and he used that against our defenders, and we actually lost the game 2-1. But on penalties, though, I like although I'm almost like contradicting myself. I'm not a fan of this guy, the Argentine keeper, when he does his antics. But Onana was doing that yesterday, and I actually thought he was going to save Gabriel's penalty, because Onana basically, right, in the first penalty, he showed the guy his place, and the player changed it. But I've forgotten his name. Is it Vieira for Arsenal? They changed it. So I was like, no, Onana, you've pointed here. Gabriel is going there for sure. I knew he was going there. He should just go there. And went the opposite direction. Like, honestly, to me, if he had gone there, that would have been epic, though. I've been epic. But Onana again saved us in the penalty yesterday, and we won on penalties. It's weird. American football. A game ends, Arsenal wins, and we still go to penalties. But it's fun, though. It's fun for everyone to watch. Again, from a gameplay perspective, looking at the game, we basically, I think we had some good intricate some good style of play. I see a lot of what I call improvement and development coming in the squad. Mason Mount did fairly well. Maguire did fairly well too. Or in what I call, I think there's several times. I'm not sure if they practiced this though, where Mason Mount actually was directing the ball to I think the 2 set pieces, he had them to Maguire. Probably that must have been a training routine. But overall, I think it was a good game. I think our next match is on Wednesday or Thursday. Next game. But let's go into the news. I think not a lot in terms of from a transfer activity for United, but on rumors throughout the weeks, we've had He said, I love Nana's character. Honestly, I think like the shit house was out like that's good, and I think it pissed Gabriel off where he had to go talk to what called Onana. But it's good though. It's good. That's personality. It almost unsettles players during a penalty shootout, and I think it's good. Hopefully, it helps us when we get into positions. Hopefully, we don't get that too often where we have to play play penalties. Okay. Now, lots of stuff coming up. I'll start with the ones that are fairly fast and you just breeze through them. is Rafael Varane basically has confirmed this, which he has joined Como on a 2-year deal, right? So that's good for Varane. He has secured the club on a 2-year deal. Although I'd have loved Varane to at least stay 1 year, but I think though from a wage perspective, and I think they looked at availability and easy to let go because his contract was ending. I think they had to let him go. Again, saving some amount of wage. Someone mentioned probably with Martial, Varane, and someone else was saving probably over 10 million, if not more, right, in wages right now. I hate getting into what they call the wages. I'm not a financial expert. My main thing should be in the pitch, but then we are in a situation as United fans and as a club whereby we have to kind of look at our finances because then it's not in the best place when we look at the the loans we have and what not loans, but the debt we have at the club. Okay, so Varane has moved to Como. Right, so Varane has moved, and I wish Varane good luck. He's moved, and again, he was a free agent. I think Varane still has a bit to offer. I think that's why Varane didn't want to go to the Saudi. It's good. So Varane is moved. Now another one that's key is this Mazraoui. I've been following the news of Mazraoui. It's funny though. It's almost like we waited for West Ham to actually go place what they called a bid that potentially verbally was agreed with Bayern Munich, and I think was the Asian piece that actually got the contract to stall and fell through. So now United are actually going for Mazraoui. Now, I've watched them. I've watched the player. It's pretty. One thing I know is it's a bit. He's had some amount of injuries though. Not one we say it's not too significant, but he has had an amount of injuries, so probably it might be of a concern from an injury perspective for Mazraoui. And I think he can also play both left and right, which is also good. It's again a bit of flexibility for the team. Dalot can also do as well, right? So I think it's good. Now, it's from what we're understanding, I think from Fabrizio, terms have been agreed, I believe, with the player, and I'm not sure if they've been agreed with the club. But I know for sure terms have been agreed with the player, and I think with the club, though, it wouldn't be a concern because United already knows what Bayern Munich want. West Ham wanted what they called wanted the West Ham wanted the player. It fell through, so United basically know the amount they'll have to pay to Bayern Munich to get the player. I believe it's now roughly around 50 million. 50 million pounds, if I'm not wrong. And correct me in the chat if you know the actual price. I think it's 15 million. If you know, please put it in the chat. So so most likely will get Mazraoui, and also from a transfer, we are actually very light from a defensive perspective. We were light last year, and we're also light this year. We need, even if delete comes, I still believe we're light. Honestly, it's not small so that we have the bodies though, but I think is the players that fit a system that we want to play, and if we lose certain players, we might probably have to adapt to a different system, right, to play. That's just my concern on what it calls. We have bodies, but it's more so the players that suit the system. I think that's what I'm more looking at. So hope we have to get delete in. It's my understanding that delete and Ugarte, I think they're coming off holidays this week. Now, obviously, I'm not sure holidays are actually a key factors in signing players, but I think it's more so I think their availability at their club probably makes the deal. I probably gives more let's say more edge or more boost to what called that deal. I remember though we signed Lukaku. He was on holidays in the US, I believe. So holidays to me shouldn't be an excuse, but again, these guys are coming off holidays, and we potentially should have what I call positive news from Ugarte and delete this week. And it'd be very I'm not sure though. I think we need to do something, and we need to do something from a defensive standpoint Midfield, we need a midfielder, Ugarte for sure, but I'm not. I'm concerned about the midfielder, but I'm less concerned when I think about what they call the defense, because we still have Kobe and Mano to come. We still have Bruno to come. We have what they call Koiler. Now we shouldn't be putting a huge weight on Koiler's shoulder, but it seems pretty decent, and over time, right, it will be solid. I was talking to someone, right, Tenag. Previously, I think it was in the Carling Cup, or the Carling Cup, I call it, or the Carabao Cup, as they call it, the Carling Cup, the Carabao Cup, when we won and his arms was around what they called Meno. I think the same thing happened with Koila when we won the FA Cup. So most likely we'll see a lot from Koila this this um this season, hopefully, or hopefully we do. And again, start to what I call bringing some youth, some experience, and then start to get into a rhythm of how we want to play. So Ugarte and delete this week. Hopefully, we should get something. Hopefully, I'll be probably following Fabrizio Romano closely on what I called on these potential signings. It to be proud. I'm not sure. Can we get Mazraoui? Can we get delete? Can we get Ugarte in 1 week? To me, it's almost like, I don't know if it's. I'm not sure if that's a possibility, but I think it's something we need to look at in terms of that we need at least. And I still believe we still don't we don't have a left back yet. So we need, if we get we've gotten Xerxes, which I think we needed, right? We needed for sure Xerxes. We've gotten Euro. And I'm not 100% sure the Euro's injury limped off. I'm a bit concerned, but hopefully it's fine. But what they call we've gotten those two players. Now Ugarte, Delete, and Mazraoui basically are in the pipeline. They are flowing through. Hopefully they get at the other end. And we need what they call I know we've had what they call several what they call links to a different left back. We need a left back as well. I think that probably was some of the windows. So that's 5. That's 6. So 6. I think if we get 6, to me, that would be like I won't say it's a perfect window, but I think it's a start. We need to also thinking of how can we move players out, right? How can we move players out? But I believe Lindelof will go. Maguire will stay. So Maguire was talking about Maguire was talking about his him not being told that it's not wanted at the club, and also is ready to fight for his shirt. I was talking to a friend. He said, "What shirt? What shirt is he fighting for?" While Maguire is a decent defender, if he wants to stay, it's fine. But I think on where we want to go, on where in terms of our vision, right? Maguire probably he can still take us, as in support the team and getting there. But I think if he doesn't go this year, Maguire's probably off next year. I believe he has 1 more year in his contract, right? So probably he's off next year. Maguire wouldn't go next year. He's a senior center. Yes, again, yeah. The football fans, so he says he's a senior center back. Yeah, he's a senior. He's a senior center back, a senior citizen. And again, like he mentioned, right, he can guide, he can support Euro 3 settlement at Manchester United. So again, those are the transfers, and so far now in terms of outgoings now, Jadon Sancho right there. As in for DSA United, I've decided have to decide soon what happens to Jadon. They keep. So again, Jadon Sancho is still like this. It's still like this, right? It's still like ups and downs, right? What's the plan with Jadon? For me, I love Jadon to stay. He is a creator. He is a big up and Drex. And let me see if I have my Discord open if anyone wants to come. Is Drex? Yeah. he is a creator. So Jaden, now that I would love Jaden to actually stay. I did 160 million euros for Sancho. Yes, as in football fans on let me call you banks. Banks, would I would want Sancho to stay. If United want 60 million euros, right? They're trying to recuperate some of the money, right? Because he's being paid huge. Yes, I think he might end up staying. I think Sancho will end up staying. I think for me, if Sancho can put his head down, Sancho is technically gifted. He is fantastic, right? He's technically gifted, right? So I would love Sancho to stay because he's a selfless player too. He's a selfless player. He always wants to provide. I think his last instinct, his goal is also he wants to provide us. So basically, I think that will really help us to as a team, as what they called as a club if Sancho stays. Now, if he goes, it's also fine because then we get 60 million euros, which we can probably utilize in the transfer market. But for me personally, I love Sancho. It's so funny. I always in every FIFA, I almost don't sell his card. I always keep his card because of his flair and how he play, no matter the card. I think last year he was what he called on the footies. He had a footies card, and this year too he had a footies card, and I always get his footies card. And again, not by buying, I always get them from what they call the pool. So I would love Sancho, what they call Sancho to stay though. I would love him to stay. But if he goes again, I'm a United fan first before any player. So lots of people are actually saying in the chat, big up to congratulations to GB, and I'll say it again, and congratulations, GB. And yes, so what else is going on? Big up Drex as well. Big up Drex. Drex is here. Mazraoui agreed personal term. I already spoke about that. Mazraoui agreed personal term. So Drex is here. Let me see. Let me get Drex on. Drex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, let me see. Okay, okay, I see you home. Let me bring you in. Let me transfer you to the screen here.
I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay, so again, I've covered some stuff though, and you are actually live now. I've covered some stuff, Drex, including what they called, including like our games yesterday. Honestly, I slept off. I slept off fatly. I woke up later in the game when probably the game already ended. Though I spoke about the game. Now, in terms of transfer, I've covered some stuff. Any other thing from a transfer perspective? Anything you're hearing from a transfer or anything you think that's happening at United over the past last week?
No, it's just what should we call it now? Mazuri, who it's coming out in the last couple of hours that terms have been agreed. And I said, I just saw 12 minutes ago that United, what should we call it? They're getting closer to an agreement with Bayern Munich as touching the price for the right back. So maybe in the coming days, maybe in the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, we believe that would be done. But it all hinges on Wan-Bissaka going the other way, right?
Oh,
Going
oh,
to West Ham. So, like, I know a lot of I've been seeing a lot of meltdown on the timeline. People are like, we're letting Wan-Bissaka go to bring in somebody that is not up to his level and all what's not and what's not.
yeah.
And I'm like, where's this thing coming from? We watch Wan-Bissaka year in, year out, week in, week out, right? Since he's been here. A lot of people have said one thing. Like he's a very good right back.
Mhm.
But it's for where we want to go, for where we are heading, he's not what we want. I don't know
Mhm.
what the outcry about. Oh, we should. People complain about players and the club not being able to move on Deadwood. Now we're trying to move on the people that deem Deadwood, and fans are actually crying and say, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? We should let the man stay. But Joe, I'm like, what's is it a it's it, are United fans so attached to to this level of toxicity that they can't even see when somebody is trying to even help them. Like I'm seeing somebody that I actually I used to think he was more open minded, but it's turned out that he's so negative. Like every now and again, he's taking a swipe at the fan base. Oh, you or Giddy FC, this that. I'm like, yo, bro, I thought you were more open minded, but now it feels like you're just basking in negativity, and you're one that I always like to call out for the peace of the Middle East and what's not and what's not. But yet you so dwell into much negative that you can't even see when things are actually being the people in charge are actually trying to do things right.
Sorry.
So, so for me, we just have to wait and see how the everything pans out. Wan-Bissaka going to West Ham and we get him because we can't have Mazraoui come in and we still have Wan-Bissaka in the team or in the squad. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. We might as, if Wan-Bissaka is going to stay, we might as well go get a left back. So but the fact that Mazari is actually a versatile player who could play left fullback as well as a right fullback, it's an added advantage as well. But I'd still love to see a left centre back get
Okay.
into the team. Then
No.
for Sancho, we're hearing that PSG are actually still very very much interested.
Hmm?
I heard so for me we have to wait out. I think that one in itself, like you were talking about, I feel like that one in itself, it's a more like I would say more like a 60-40 in favor of 60 not happening. It's not gonna happen. I feel like it's not gonna happen.
Hmm?
But we have to be open and wait and see how that one ends up. Then also a while ago I was looking at read a report of Besiktas
Hmm?
coming in for Anthony, but Anthony is saying that he wants to stay at the football club.
Yes, yes. I just see
And
that. So sorry, quickly read Banks the football fans on Banks. I've had a lot of chat. So Banks it says big up Admiral Drex. Sancho is a baller. Banks, I agree with you 100%. But I would love him to stay. But the Gunners game though, again, it's we lost. I agree, but again, it's preseason. It's preseason. I don't think we'll play like that once we meet Gunners. I think we'll probably do better once we meet. And note though, we had what they called we had we had injuries to Euro and injuries to what they called injuries to Hoyland, which I believe changed um, the game. So again, Banks is saying answering to Bekistas. But again, what Mark is already coming to actually say it's fake news. And the club is not opening to loaning it's not open to loaning Anthony out. So again, so most likely I think that I'm not sure. I think it's most lots of things are going out right. So again, United, everything almost said about United is almost like either you have to take it with either a pinch of salt until it gets to either Fabrizio or what's his name again? The other guy. Is it David Oyston?
Einstein.
Yes,
No, but when
exactly.
I saw that, when I saw that report about Besiktas coming, looking into loan to take Anthony on loan, I'm like, yo, you guys that don't even have money to pay regular price, how do you want to take a player, right? Why do you want to take a player from United? Can you cover the wage? We don't want a situation where you're taking, because this thing where people have to go on loan and the parent club has to cover certain percentage. I know it's been done, but um I think clubs are now actually trying to take the piece out of the whole situation, right? They want a situation where, oh, we know this person is a French player, is on heavy, so we can actually take advantage of the situation, bro. It shouldn't be happening. I didn't believe the report, right? But it's just a report, until we can't say anything for sure.
Hmm?
But it's just a report. So for me, I don't believe I don't see it happening because knowing fully where the Turkish side, they don't know how to they know how to lowball when it comes to
Pricing.
buying from yeah.
You
So
like
I
fish.
don't expect. And why will Anthony want to go to the Turkish league at this time? To me, it's a kid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up, right? So I just let it be. If it was if it was hold on. Any team from the Turkish side, I don't really fancy them because they know how to lowball, and that's my. And if you're coming in for a player that we all saw what happened with Fred.
Hmm?
It was Besiktas who I think one of the Turkish side, the big either Fenerbahce or one of them actually came in with a low ball offer. Then the other one actually just came in and you know what, put something on top and just took the player, right? So,
Yeah.
but when you want to buy from them, like think there's this player that we're interested in. Is it Cardio? I don't know how to pronounce
Okay.
it.
Is it cannot glue?
No, not Channel Glue from the one. I think the one from is it Besiktas or Fenerbahce? We're trying to get him, or no, Galatasaray,
Hmm.
but they are actually quoting huge figure. But when we tell them the same thing, it's like, nah, please, now, sorry, boss.
this,
It's that kind of
this,
thing.
those guys, they will bill you, and that's annoying though. Annoying. So Banks is saying still the football fan zone. No style of play still, bro. That is still something I want to see change. Yeah,
No,
as
no,
that's
go ahead.
no, as in for me though, it's a process, it's a gradual process where we're probably integrating. I think the team I also like is still a mishmash of what they call of actual players that we want to play, right? They still need time
Did
to
they
actually
did,
gel.
did they really watch the game to actually say there's no style of play? Did they watch the first half?
No, so there were no. That's what I say. There were certain. Like I watched the game again today.
Mm.
There were certain aspect of play whereby you know whereby you know it like that is what we're doing. Like we're actually working in tight corners, right? But I was more concerned when we lost Rasmus. And we
Oh,
lost.
it was. I think the second half when we brought in the likes of we already know them, the regular people. We know them, Tesh. We know when they brought in the likes of McTominay, right, in the midfield, right. We struggled a bit. Right? It took us when they did that awesome change because we did an awesome change in the second half. Arsenal didn't really do anything when coming into the second half, right? We did an awesome change, and I think that also in itself affected um the rhythm, not
Of the
much
game.
the style of play, but the rhythm, right? So, but it took them time. But they once the minute they clicked, you could see it. We saw what Sancho and Ericsson and even Anthony were trying to do. McTominay was just all over the place. McTominay was looked so disjointed. I'm like, yo, bro, this why are we taking this guy to the tour? It might just cost us some money
No, no,
because
no,
if we're
no.
looking to get
I think McTominay knows someone in high places. I guess he has to know someone in high places because some is like there's no way. There's no way.
apparently most managers they like him, so
Yes,
I
yes.
don't.
He has spent 450 million on his third team. Hope the
No, 400 to 500 m's. What's he supposed to do? Not spend? I keep asking this question. Is he not supposed to spend? Right? And don't forget, of the 400 that was spent, right? It was spent. I wouldn't say stupidly, but unwisely. Like, how do they quote you a player for 40 m's and you end up buying him for 80? You actually said 40 was too expensive, only for you to go back to buy the same said player for 80.
it's
How do you give?
it's allegedly money laundering. What is happening
How
there?
do you? How do you give a player who is on 20K and you just bump him? So it's not when you say when people keep talking about he has spent. Ten Hag don't spend no money. He give this guy. Okay, now take a case in study now, Tesh.
Mhm,
Euro is actually 50 something m's, right?
mhm.
But how much did we pay down? These guys they negotiated. We are still negotiating over maybe what we were willing to pay for delete is about was reported to be about in the range of 34 to 40 m's, right? With
Mhm,
add-ons included. But
mhm.
Bayern wants 50, right? No add-ons. Bayern wants guaranteed 50. If it was them in the past, they will walk away only to go back and go pay 70.
This guy
So
say,
spending has got nothing to do with the coach. I keep asking people, what's he supposed to do? Arteta has spent almost close to about 800 and if not 800, close to 850 m's, right? He's still they still see second position as a trophy.
okay, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think we've had poor management, right? From
Let me
terms of
just on the spending thing test. Let me just finalize with this. Pep Guardiola spent money, right? Tesh, you know these things. Let's not act as if we don't know these things.
Mhm.
Pep Guardiola spent money on like the defense line. He kept changing it as a lady that's changing a rapper back. You know how it is in Nigeria. The
Yes.
way they change rapper. The man kept until he fine tuned and got what he wanted. So this issue of oh, he spent this. The man spent in his first season, took United to third position, won the Carabao Cup. Second season was rocked with injury, right? Still won the FA Cup when nobody gave him a chance. You understand what I'm saying? The club decided to go buy, who buys a Mason Mount and give him the number 7 jersey, an attacking midfielder giving him the number 7 jersey. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when people talk about money spent, I keep asking the question: was he okay? Is he not supposed to spend money? Don't forget that all this money that it was spent during the summer. The man was crying for players in the winter transfer window, bro. They couldn't even secure a loan. His first year, they went to give him a 3 million loan player. The man wanted Gakpo to strengthen his squad. They gave him a 3 million Europe loan player. So if you convert that 3 million to actually pounds, bro, it's like 2 point something. And we are saying he spent money. So it doesn't, to me, that issue of money, it doesn't. You're building a squad. Are you supposed to go there, run it with your trust me? No, not based on trust now.
It's like
You can't be doing anything based on
it's
trust.
like that.
Trust me, don't worry, I'll come back. No, you have to spend bad, bro.
It's like that thing they say on Twitter, right? What's your source? Trust me, bro.
Yeah. What's yours? So you have to spend money, and and you as a coach, you do the scouting network. Everybody comes, the recruitment department. They propose the player to you, and you say, okay, it fits my bill, it fits my plan. Go get him, and whatever they do in getting him is not on you, bro. It's on them. So when people say he spent, it's just, for me, I see it as an argument that it's on the one hand we could say it's a good argument, but on the other hand I could actually label it as quote and unquote, right, more of like a lazy one. Talk
Yeah.
about any other thing,
So no,
right?
I think it's also it's a thing of, you know what? I think that's why it's changing now, and why Sajim is making it clear, right? In the past, right, everything has been on the manager, as in even if it's not Imo, everything is like almost on him, right? Even bad decision him, good him, right? So I think now the creation of different roles, right? Then everyone is responsible for their different pieces of that role.
This is good is not on him. Good is on the individual player. So remember that. They'll tell you that for sure.
so, so I think this year though, no one will actually say, oh, Ten Hag, what they call it, signed Bugatti, or Ten Hag signed Delete, or Ten Hag signed Euro. It's a collective decision made by everyone. So Manchester United as a club agreed to sign Bugatti. And again, I think in terms of how much we've spent so far, we're doing well, and how much we're actually negotiating. It's so funny, right, that probably we might get in so much players, right, for roughly a round of money we'll spend in previous windows for 2 or 3 players. Let me just finish up with what Banks said, the football fan zone. So again, he says he doesn't think Anthony will leave because he believes it will affect FFP. I would love to have your say on Victor Osimhen's situation. What's your say on Victor Osimhen? I believe he wasn't in their friendlies on Napoli. Wasn't even on the bench today.
I haven't looked into it, right? But I know that PSG are looking also at Osimhen. They know Crava is off the table because I think the price Napoli is quoting for Crava,
So much.
PSG don't. Yeah, so if the thing with the Osimhen thing, right? I feel like we just have to wait and see how it unfolds. Because on the one hand, Napoli feels like they try to do this maybe like, we're not pushing you out, but we're pushing you out. If you know what I mean. Right? We're not pushing you out, but we're pushing you out on the undertone. So maybe Napoli wants to recoup a lot of money, right? They paid good money for him. It from Lille, right? So maybe they want to recoup some good money from him. Maybe it's time to move him on and all of that. So it's just that, and you wouldn't want to put it in such a way where clubs now know that, okay, the player is not settled at your football club, so maybe that drops the ball on the price and all of that. But we just on the Osimhen thing, we just have to wait and see. At one point, I was thinking it was going to go to Chelsea were gonna make a move. I'm like, why is Chelsea not making a move, right?
Mm.
They're signing they recently I talked on it on my rounds this morning. They've completed the center. They do it's all about centre back, and still yet let me leave that one for rounds. I spoke about it. Let me leave that for the rounds. So anybody that wants to know what I talked about, it could go check the videos on my daily
And
rounds.
guys, so just again heads up, Drex has unusual calls what are called the rounds. In I think it's probably covers again. Drex may basically almost round up of what happened the previous day and also possibly what's happening at the time of the show going of that show going on. Hopefully I can probably join Drex one of these days because his time zone is different from mine though. So I could probably join you one of these days just to get your Osimhen and thing there. Fabrizio Romano actually quoted right, Victor Osimhen not even on the bench for Napoli tonight as planned for both parties remained clear. Osimhen wants to leave. Napoli wants to bring in Lukaku. Lukaku has moved a lot though. Talks with PSG are
Lukaku. The thing with Lukaku is Conte. Conte really likes Lukaku.
okay.
I think Conte going to Napoli, right, might not suit. You know how Conte is. You know how Conte is.
Hmm.
I think maybe there's already a disconnect there. That's me just saying. I'm not. It's not. It's my own view.
Hmm.
Maybe there's a disconnect there between Conte and Osimhen, right? And Osimhen knows fully well that
I'm leaving.
that maybe this guy might not
Why not suit
um
me?
pander to my personality, or I might not even pander to his and all of that. We might clash during the season some way, shape, or form. So maybe he's looking going back to the French league, because don't forget he did well when he was in the French league, right? So
Hmm.
going back and going to PSG, I just hope that I really want him to leave, right? I really want to see him to leave that place and go to somewhere that he will be appreciated.
Hmm.
In my opinion, somewhere that he will be appreciated. If he comes to Chelsea, oh man, beautiful. A lot of the Nigerians, a lot of the football fans, we actually love him because it's Victor Osimhen. He gives hundred and ten
Yeah, that's
percent
one thing with
whenever
Simera.
when
If he's
whenever
playing,
he
he gives
plays.
100%,
So
100%.
he gives you more. He gives you more because Osimhen, he knows where he's coming from, right? So he knows where he's heading to. So Osimhen is not one of those players that will tell you like, yo, if Osimhen tells you I'm not fit, then he's not fit. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's one of those players that would give you 100%. So I just feel like if the PS, I pray a move opens up for him, that he would go to a place where he would be quote and unquote valued. I'm not
Yeah.
saying he isn't valued at where he is, but I'm just saying that's me just talking.
So again, I believe he would leave because I believe he would leave right. And what they called again, like Osimhen wants to leave, Napoli wants to bring in Lukaku. Talks with PSG and PSG are in standby since Monday at current condition. Chelsea likes Osimhen, but won't pay the clause. Again, so no, Mark saying Osimhen is done is one season wonder. No, come on, Mark. No, let me just finish really quick, and I'll get to Mark's comment. Okay, we already spoke about Bank's comment or what they call it, spending 405 from the Drex already. I spoke about that. Don't call him Mark Tommy, call him Scooby Doo. I call him my ghost. The family, and I agree. Yeah, Max Tommy family, they have to be what they call someone rich, and we give Arteta should be sacked next season. Arteta spent a lot of money, but I think they will sack him though. I think Arteta will actually win the
Nah,
league.
Ateta, Drex, Ted, should I make a not a reckless prediction right
Yeah,
here?
yeah, go ahead.
United will win the league before Arsenal will win it with Ateta.
Wow, and I know while I find it difficult to believe, but I want it to happen because I know the banter will be sweet.
No, it's if you look at it right. If you look at it right now, they said he needed a midfielder the season that they were almost there. He
Mhm,
needed a midfielder. They strengthened the midfield.
mhm,
They fell short.
mhm,
He needed to add strikers, right? He didn't add the striker. I think he got what he got Aves, right?
mhm,
They fell short. So what are they doing? Are they looking at what striker are they looking at? Even if they get Ivan Tony, it won't take them over the line, because guess what? It's not at this point. I don't want to believe it's the players he has. I think it's the mentality even himself Ateta has. So until he's able to deal with that, right? In terms of, because you could tell that towards the end of the season, when the results don't go his way a little bit, he begins to panic. You could see it in him, right? You could see the when the season starts. Just take a note that if anybody wants to do it, just go watch the last 2 seasons, right? When the season starts and he's on fine form, he's all loving and all jovial and all of that. Towards the end of the season, where he's supposed to be delivering the goods, right? The minute the result goes his way, doesn't go his way, he start lashing at referees, start lashing at
But,
people, right?
but bro, do you know they are all like that? Pep and even Klopp, they're
No,
losing.
but if you look at Klopp and Pep, it's from the minute the whistle blows from the start of the season, they're already like that. Right? They're already like that. So I've noticed. So for me, I love to be proved wrong, but I'm just telling you right here that I feel like United will win the Premier League before Arsenal win it with Arteta. Except I'm not going to clamor for any manager to lose their job, but I'm just telling you what I feel.
I just
What
saw
I
it.
believe, what I feel would happen.
I just said coming from banks. That one I don't agree with you. Football fans, I don't agree with that. I'll read the comment though, but let's keep doing so. If they keep so just on banks, if they keep small and playing Maguire and school with one second, he'll be going exactly. He'll be going by Christmas for sure. They will sack him tonight. I was talking about Tenagua with these players here. And again, please guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button. And again, Conte knows how to bring the best out of Lukaku. Osimhen messed up signing that new contract. I agree. Like, I think Osimhen probably should have. I think Osimhen has been there were too much issues going on there with Osimhen. I think it was already unsettled, hence he wants to leave. Mark here is saying, Mark is saying Osimhen is done. One season wonder. We watch the AFCON. Honestly, I will not lie to you. I'll not use AFCON to judge Osimhen. I will not lie to anybody. I will not use AFCON to judge Osimhen.
No, it's like using the AFCON to judge Iwobi. We
Yeah.
all know what happened to the AFCON.
Yeah.
So people don't want to use the Euros to judge players, but they want to use the AFCON to judge a player. It does to me. So Osimhen, like I've said it before, I don't want to see him at United. I've told
No, I
Jesse
mean,
several
no,
times,
yeah.
I don't want to see him at United. The place I felt like would have suited him was Chelsea when they had Tuchel, right? Because Tuchel knows how to play with a target man, right? But now coming to Chelsea, now that they have Mahrez, I don't know if it would work. But for me, I feel like going back to the French league, right, might just be that thing to get Osimhen back. And I feel like also the thing he did with the Nigerian coach and all of that, right, where he was going off and all of that, where he needed to just the way he handled that, I don't think he handled it.
Yeah, it handled well.
Don't forget that these people, they look at everything.
Behaviors, right? Behaviors.
Your employers, they look at everything and they're like, is this trait something that they, so for me, yeah, he might not have had the best of the AFCON. Most players didn't for the Nigerian team. Most players did not. The coach, we know how the coach set up. He was trying to play football heritage, but it didn't get us through the line.
Okay, I agree. I think Osimhen though, again, I don't use the AFCON to judge him. Like AFCON to judge the cup.
Football fans. Why don't I rate Osimhen? Why don't I want Osimhen United if I rate him so high? I never said I rated Osimhen so high, bro. Where did I say that?
So I know. So as in, but again, if in terms of striking, so just
finish. Go ahead.
Let me just thought. Now, I believe Osimhen is actually a decent striker, but actually I don't want him at United because of what they call we don't actually provide for our strikers. Right? That's my reason. I don't think he'll probably suit. I don't know if you suit, but we don't provide. If you have to rate Osimhen between a 1 to 10, right, in terms of a striker, a good striker, where will you rate him?
I'll put Osimhen at a 7.
A 7, yeah. So
we shouldn't make Osimhen look like he's a bad player. Osimhen is not a bad player. Just because you don't want a player doesn't make the player like, okay. People are saying they want Sancho out, sell Sancho, blah 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 blah. The even football fans will just say Sancho is a baller, right? But a lot of people are saying, what has he done? Mark can come and tell you what has Sancho done compared to Anthony, right? So it's all perspective. It's all individual perspective. For me, Osimhen the time Osimhen was helped guided Napoli to win the Scudetto that season, right? I still said I didn't want him. Yes, you remember I said it wasn't like because his stocks has dropped or something. I said that time I didn't want Osimhen because I didn't think he suited us at that time. One, and also we didn't have. It would come, and I'm always protective of my Nigerian brothers, right? I don't want nobody start throwing shades at people for just because the club the way my
Yeah,
club was in a mess, bro.
exactly. Yeah, I
So I will
agree.
protect. It's not a case of oh, if I rate him or I don't rate him, bro. I have to be. You have to be realistic. You can't want everybody,
Yeah.
right? You cannot want everybody. At first, I didn't want delete. I did not want
Oh,
delete.
are you serious?
Yes, ask Mark. Mark would tell you when the report came that I told Mark, he was asking me. I said I don't want delete because of what happened in the first time when we wanted him. He was like, no, I don't want to go to United. Blah, blah. He wants to go to Barcelona or Juventus. I ended up at Juventus, right? Does that make the player a bad player? Hell no.
No. Okay, no, honestly, for me, Osimhen, like I agree with you, probably a 7 will be Osimhen. I think Osimhen will do well, if he goes to PSG. And honestly, I think he will actually do well at Chelsea. But Mark and football fans, they actually think otherwise.
Even what Sancho did at Dortmund test, you remember, right? Has he replicated it with us at United? Has he?
No, he has not. But sorry, I have to correct this. I have to address this again.
Go ahead.
So, for the fans, so Sime is a bomb. He's the worst striker in the history of Super Eagles. I don't agree, though. I don't agree with that for sure. Again, now I don't know all the strikers who are it has
Super
played.
Eagles. No, I think Super Eagles, Osimhen, Obago is better than in his time was better than Osimhen.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he plays for Inter.
Osimhen for me, Osimhen is even better than Emenike.
Yes,
Osimhen is better than I would say Osimhen is to an extent. Osimhen is even better than what's this guy's name? Ayegbeni for
no.
Everton. Ayegbeni for Broro and Everton, right?
Yes.
Was not the same Ayegbeni we had in the Nigerian team.
Okay, because it was so constant. It really like 20 goals.
Don't confuse the player for their club and the player for Nigeria. Don't confuse it. I'm not saying they are crap players, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody should take. I'm not. Ayegbeni. That's what I'm saying. Ayegbeni was like if Ayegbeni had done what he did in his football club in Nigeria, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you say it's one of the worst, right? If you say one of the worst, I would say I agree with you because we've had worse players for the Super Eagles, right? So, but even Jude Igalo is better than we could say it's better than Osimhen when it comes to Nigeria. I know that one. I know that one. People will not agree, but when it comes to Nigeria,
yes.
No, but people.
So you mean Igalo or you mean Igalo? You mean Igalo?
Igalo.
Oh, I think no. Yeah, no. It's difficult because you're trying to break the line between their club and all. I thought you meant Osaze with the wingy.
Oh no. I'm talking about. So I'm just when I see where football fan zone is coming from, right? I see where because we've had great players, right? We've had great players for the Super Eagles, right? So that's why when we keep saying this thing, I keep saying put all the variables on the table, bro. Put all the variables on the table, right?
Okay. No, let's.
This AFCON that just ended, right? They were not our coach. The way our coach set up. Bro, it's like the case of the English team, the way the man set up the team. He has stars, but the way he set up the team, he couldn't get the best out of them. I think that's how the man wanted to just take Nigeria to try to win the thing in a quote and unquote. What's that guy's line? Negative football, right? When he says he was marking Messi and Messi says this guy's playing in negative. So that's how I see it, bro.
Okay.
But let's move on.
Let's move on. So again, just partly with this, we have to talk about this. So Max says he just players on World Cup Euros and AFCON. Yeah, Brian. Mark, I think Mark is probably is one of those people he looks at details in players. So again, you could probably look at them and see how they can transition into a club football, or how their performance right translates. So it says it looks at that, all things considered. Football, okay, we'll answer that from football where it says why would do you want to see me at United if you why don't you want him if you rate him so high? And again, it says it picks Ademola Lookman over Osimhen. That one I don't know. It'd be hard for me to agree. I probably pick Osimhen still. I think they are both good players. And again, we all saw what Sancho did at Dortmund. Well, he hasn't been able to replicate that at United. Hopefully, he can. He's still my guy. So Drex, before I know we've talked about what they call we've spoken about what they call transfer. One now want to look at again is the again Osimhen was playing games against Principe. Let me see what they says. Yeah, I can't really correct. So Osimhen was playing games against Sao Tome and Principe. This is a country that is not on the map. The country I and my family wish to see. Okay. Let's move on from what they call Osimhen. Drex, injuries. What do you think? I think from injuries, we had 2 injuries yesterday. We had injuries on what they called injuries on
Højlund and Euro.
Yes, Euro. It looking like Højlund is not too serious, but looking like Euro is a bit serious. And to me, that's a concern, because I would have loved if you could start the season though. Are you a bit concerned about the injury on? Are you concerned at all regard to both injuries? No. Okay.
No, because it's Tess. I don't want us to. I know maybe some people are taking PTSD from the previous season, right?
Yeah.
Taking into account how they don't want the repeat of that. But Tess is football. Anything could happen. For Højlund, I think he went. It was that cross that Aaron Wan-Bissaka put in. Then he went with the side
left leg.
Yeah. So I feel like when he dropped down, right, he tweaked something, and he knew it. So the fact that he knew and called the attention of the medical team, and don't forget, he walked down the tunnel all by himself. He walked down the tunnel, and he didn't look in any discomfort, right?
Yeah.
But on the other side of that same injury fence, we had Danny Euro, who we could see he walked out, but he was limping. But I just feel like he sprained his ankle or he rolled his ankle. Maybe worst case scenario.
Okay, there.
One second. Worst case scenario, right? Maybe a week, and just we might not even get to see him in any of the games again in the US store. Maybe when we come to Old Trafford, we might see him before the game against I think there's a game. I think there's a game that we played at Old Trafford before we go to play City in the Community Shield. But I won't be too worried about that. I know a lot of people are actually scared and saying the reason why a lot of people are actually scared is the fact that if we get injury to the likes of Euro and and Martinez, then it's bare bones again. It's Maguire.
It's what you call
and Johnny Evans.
Magaloff.
No, this time won't be Maguire because for sure Lindelof is leaving. Lindelof is going.
Okay.
Lindelof is going.
Football fans will say I won't be worried because I believe United will still bring in a CB. Yeah, they still need to bring a CB. So again, before we round up, right, last 2. So I think again, reading Aaron Wan-Bissaka is expected to join West Ham after both clubs reached an agreement, right? So most likely Aaron Wan-Bissaka is good. I thought he preferred Inter Milan though, from what I understood last week, but it's looking like he might be going to.
Bro, it's all a pay. It's all paper. It's all plot twist and just to make everybody be on their toes. I don't, because but the thing is, like what Mark was discussing with me the other day, like either ways Aaron Wan-Bissaka would leave. We cannot afford to the hierarchy right now cannot afford to let him leave on a free next season. So they would rather take 10M than let Tesh, you would rather take 10M than let him leave on free next season.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
so how much more them? So think so these guys they know what they are doing. These are not Arnold and Motor who just fly over everywhere in the world and come back empty-handed.
Mhm. Okay.
Before you
Okay.
wrap up, what did you get to read the news about the Canadian soccer association, the women's team that got deducted six
So
points as a result
I
of
know. I
their
know.
break.
I actually heard it from your what they call from your stream. I saw it from your stream. I'm not really following the Olympics. To be fair, I'm not following. I actually was going to do watch alongs for the Olympics, but again, I what they called the what they call the publicity and how they entered how the whole thing about the Olympics, right, and the mockery, right, they created it during the initial event. Yes, what they called I will probably be focusing on the Olympics. So I don't really know what's going on the Olympics currently. I only heard it from your stream this morning.
Okay, so just because the Canadian government is the thing is the New Zealand made the report to the body, the association, and they were like, okay, they investigated and they own up to it, saying that they actually used the drone to actually spy on their counterparts, and they won the game though. They
Yes.
won. Canada won the game 2-1,
Hmm.
but after the investigation, we found out that they actually did what was alleged, and the head coach and two other persons were banned for a year, and also Canada is saying that they asked them to go home. They can't continue, and Canada are going to do an further investigation. If they find them wanting more, further punishment might be dished out to them.
Yes.
It's just a shame because the main team is just like a cloud, right, over in the soccer association, what they like to call themselves. They don't like to call themselves football association. It's just it's the soccer association. So the main team actually doing well. So it's just like the cloud now. But we just hope that it's something that won't be
And
too
and it's- and
serious.
it, and it's so funny though. Female team have always been good.
Yeah, they've they,
It's
they've, they've always been they've always been good. They've been the one that actually been doing pretty well in the
yes, in
last
the
five six years.
last couple of years, they've been the one I know,
Five
right?
six years before the
Yeah.
Olympic thing from the men, and in this Copa America, was it the quarterfinal they reached and all that. So they've been, so it's just that's why when I saw that report, I'm like, why would you guys go this far? Why would you go this far? Like, what's the point? New
That's what.
Zealand, you definitely beat New Zealand without any of
Yes.
this. Your team is that good that it can even put fear in the hearts of even the US, right? So
They're trying to leverage current technology. Crazy
so
though.
now leveraging it as an NI 1 year ban by FIFA, and also other punishment.
My,
And
my
the Canadian Soccer Association have to pay 175,000 quid, thousand pounds to FIFA. So
hmm.
just easy money, free money for FIFA.
Well,
Why would
honestly,
you put
as
yourself in that spot?
the disappointment on whoever came up with that plan, right? It's terrible, and I believe people will be fired for sure. Will be fired for sure. Okay, Drex. So again, football fans, we said he has to go because personal terms have been. Yes, yeah, I agree. He has to go. He has to go. He has to go. Now, Drex, before we round up, because I think I've covered every single thing. Right? What any last words before we round up?
No, it's just guys, it's just the week. It's the week that was. We tried to get Tesh tries to go. Tesh and I sometimes mostly Tesh. He tries to go through the week and see what has been happening, especially with focusing main focus on United. So don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We are currently on 223 subscribers. We were on the road to 250. If we could get there before Wednesday next week, that would be lovely. And also, don't forget to share. And most importantly, leave your comment in the comment section. Let's know what you're thinking. Let's know, get the feedback from you as to what you think that we could do. And also check out we know possible outcome. A lot of people have been itching for possible outcome. Possible outcome is going to commence once the new season starts.
We
And
have to
also, you could check.
do we do possible outcome for the World Cup? We should do that one though. Okay, pray before that one. The game with Man City. Let's do a possible outcome.
Yeah, we might do a possible outcome for now just to get the people knowing that okay, the season's about to start. We'll do a possible outcome. I was even thinking of doing a possible outcome for more like a prediction where each team would finish in this new
Oh yeah,
season.
yeah.
But we'll
We should
see.
do that. We should do that. We should do that. Okay. Okay, big up guys, big up everyone again. I start with Mark. Mark was like, when you go to class and you say present, I'm here. Mark was here. Mark was here first. Big up GB, and again, congratulations, GB, congratulations. Big up Luan, big up the football fan zone, Tema Banks, big up yourself. Rex, big up for joining, and thank you all for what I call your engagement and your what I call your comments, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Lots coming up though. Lots coming up. Drex and I are working on a lot for the coming season. We have plans in place. Drex has already rolled out his first plan, like you saw. It's called the Roundup, right? And Drex, that's every day on what time?
So for now, I'm looking at because it's the time zone thing. So for now, It's supposed to be an everyday thing, but the timing it's about eight. Gonna be 8:05 BST is the UK time, they call it British Standard Time, so BSTM, right? So 8 a.m. I think that's the same time with with Nigeria as well. I think they are about the same. So if it's 8:05 a.m., about the same time with the CAT, the West African time as well. So look into that. I can't tell you what it is on ADT, but I think ADT should be like like 4 a.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. So but I'm using the British Standard Time 8:05 a.m.
8 to 5 a.m. So guys, again, lot coming off. Drex already rolled out the first what they call it? Is it the rabbit, the hat of the rabbit, or what they call it? The cat from the bag, or the cat, or the rabbit from the bag? I'm not sure. But Drex already revealed the first one. The roundup is more to go. I think we have 4 more planned shows coming up. Right, totally different from what's happening currently on the called on the market. Please, guys, don't forget to what it called. Forget to follow Tima Banks, the football fan zone. Don't forget to he has lots of shows coming up, lots of shows. We had actually a show with him. It was fantastic. Please, guys, go in there to follow, follow, like, and share on the videos he has there. We also have Mark MUFC. Mark, if you want to transfer news, if you want to know about talents, follow Mark, what it called, on his channels. And guys, big up everyone. Guys, again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see everyone on the next one.